I'm still on my emotional 2020-2021 journey. So let's talk about what I've learned so far. Hello everyone, my name is Mobile and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time with me today, hello there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are returning, well, hey, it's good to have you back. Alright, before we go any further, I firstly want to thank each and every person that has watched all my previous videos and people who watched the previous my emotional 2020-2021 journey. The feedback I got from that was extremely amazing, especially considering how nervous I was to make and post that video, just to share my vulnerable true side, which I don't do a lot, and I probably should, because hey, a lot of us go through things, right? So I mean, I'm sure you guys would relate, but the feedback was absolutely amazing and very unexpected as well. So I am truly grateful. If you've watched any of my, even if it's just one video, thank you. So as you've seen in my thumbnail, this is a continuation from the last my emotional 2020-2021 journey based on healing. In the last video, if you missed it, please go check it out. In the last video, I went in depth with what happened, right? So event after event, and just sharing with you how everything transpired. In this video, based on the previous information that I gave you, so it would be wise to watch the previous video, but also if you didn't, it's not a train smash. In this one, I just wanted to share only 10 things that I've learned. Obviously, this is not an extensive list, there's a lot more, but I felt these 10 things are the things that stood out for me in my journey. And I'm hoping that as I share on this and these 10 things, that those of you who related with the last video could relate with these 10 items. So this one is not going to be as emotional as the last one. It'll just literally be me sharing about what it is I've learned. Okay, let's get to it. Number 1, it's okay to not be okay. Showing emotion does not make you weak. Being vulnerable does not make you weak. And also knowing that you are not okay at that moment. It's okay. You do not have to have everything together all the time. Okay? Sometimes life shows you flames and you kind of fall apart. It's okay. It's okay to fall apart. And the reason why I say that is because, let me say this about me. I've been so strong for so long. I've learned to, when I feel like I'm about to fall apart, I quickly, and then I get to life, you know? But the danger with that is you don't deal with the emotion that you're currently feeling at the time. So I feel as though, yes, you're being strong, you're moving on with life, but you are not dealing. You are just sweeping it under the carpet, and then you're like, it's okay, I'll deal with it later. Then you never really do go back to it and deal with it later. You never ever really do. And it builds up, right? So it builds a really not okay, shaky, rocky foundation. And eventually there will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And when that happens, you're a mess. That could have been avoided with just being okay with not being okay. Realizing that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to. And for who? For why? For what? Why are you trying to be perfect? You get? So let it be. It's okay to not be okay. You're not weak. You're not immature. You're not less than or inadequate. No, you're a human being. So it's okay. Number 2, be honest with yourself. This ties in with the previous one. If you're honest with yourself, when you're not okay, then you'll be okay with not being okay. So when you're not honest with yourself, like, this is actually, I'm fuming, I'm angry, or I'm hurt, I'm disappointed. Be honest with yourself so that you can find a way to deal with that emotion. If you're not honest with yourself, essentially what your mind is telling you is that that feeling does not exist. It's not real, right? And because it's not real, then it does not need to be fixed. It does not need to be, how can I say, maybe not fixed, but it just does not need to be on the surface. So you'd rather under the carpet and then we'll deal with it. But essentially, how is that helping you? How is that making you, getting you to the point where you can function but properly? Number 3, allow yourself to feel. Again, this one ties with the last 2, but it's almost 3 steps. If you're angry, you are angry. There's no 2 ways about it. If you are hurt, you are hurt. There's no 2 ways about it. So would you not rather just feel that emotion and get over with it? And the thing about feeling, it's one of the ways that you can help yourself deal with whatever it is that you have to deal with. So when you feel angry, for instance, I don't know why I keep going back to anger, but when you feel angry, for instance, and I'm not angry, when you feel angry, for instance, you don't allow yourself to feel it. You're not honest that you're feeling it, and also you're not okay with being angry. When you don't allow yourself, what happens is you suppress the feeling. Suppressing the feeling is one of the reasons why people struggle a lot with mental health or mental illness. When you suppress the feeling, you've suppressed it. You suppress it. Eventually there'll be a crack in the suppression, and then there's an explosion. With all feelings, hurt, disappointment, anger, doesn't really matter what it is, you suppress it, but everything that is suppressed eventually explodes. So me for instance, it would just not be wise for us not to realize that feeling needs to be let go. I don't know if you've heard of that saying, let go and let God. When you are feeling whatever it is that you're feeling and you can't deal with it, the act of letting go is the act of freeing your mind. Okay, you're allowing your mind to realize, yes, I'm angry, however, I'm not owning this feeling. I'm letting it go. When you own it, you hold on to it, and the things that you hold on to that aren't positive are the things that somewhat destroy us as human beings. They put us in bad places. We made bad decisions because we're clouded. Our minds are clouded. We are angry people. We never, it's a dark place to be. And the longer you hold on to it, the darker your mind is. When your mind is then infiltrated and populated by negativity, the energy around you is negative. It's very difficult at that point then to feel anything positive. So letting go is an act of releasing. It's an act of relieving yourself of the right to be angry. Because when you hold on to the right to be angry, you also hold on to the right to be bitter. You also hold on to the right for to suffer. You do suffer mentally, and then you suffer physically. Because when our minds are in a state, our bodies react accordingly. So being positive allows your body to be free, allows your mind to be free. You're able to just glide through life and not stumbling and you're trying to find your feet, but it's not happening because you're holding on to something that you should actually be letting go. Now, allowing yourself to feel then leads me to cry. Let it out. I'm actually so sick of this thing where people say indoda ikali. People still say that. I'm like, how are you still saying indoda ikali? In 2021, after a whole COVID pandemic, it does not make sense to me. I mean, if men were not supposed to cry, oh, by the way, you know that iCarly means men don't cry. If men were not supposed to cry, then I feel like God should have not put tear what's in our eyes. Is it tear glands? It's tear glands, eh? No, it's not tear glands. It's tear bags. I meant that. God wouldn't have not given men those things. Then they wouldn't be crying. But there's a reason they have them. Those things need to be emptied out anyway in a regular. So cry, like let your system just release it. If you feel the pain, just call her when I see, call her when I booty, call her, just call her to come nice. Okay. So when you allow yourself to feel, there is an ease of channels through your emotions, and your body then sometimes feels like crying. So allow yourself to cry. Crying helps, hey? It really helps release something. And I tend to feel really good after I've done crying. Like after the video I did, my emotional 2020 video, I cried a bit there. Then after the video, I still cried some more, and I slept like a freaking peaceful baby. Yo, at night I slept. So good. So good. Apart from it helping you to heal, Nana, it helps you just feel better afterwards. So crying is probably the better option than anything else. Like feel the emotion. If you feel the need to cry, let it out. Anytime. Doesn't really matter. Just let it out. And you do really genuinely feel better. So it comes highly recommended. Thank you. Some people though, they can't really function unless they've spoken to someone. So this is specifically for people who'd feel like speaking to someone is a great idea. But let me tell you something. Speaking to someone does help. Someone else who is not you. Because when you speak to someone else, you tend to see a different side. Because many people have different perspectives of lives and opinions. So it is good to speak to someone and allow yourself to see another side of your situation. You get? And this is not speaking to a therapist, psychologist, your doctor, your mom, your dad, siblings, your family members, whomever it is that you trust 100 and maybe I should say 98%, that you trust with anything that it is that you're trying to talk to them about. Because when you speak to someone else about your situation, yes, you get a different perspective of it, that's particular, but it also helps you release. It helps you lift the weight off of your shoulders so that your shoulders are much lighter. Ain't nothing worse than. So I do highly recommend talking to someone and allowing yourself to be at ease. Number 6. Be patient with yourself. This healing process is called a journey for a reason. It was never called a destination or an end goal. No, it's called a journey because it never stops. As a human being, there will always be something that you need to heal from. Always. No matter how happy you are, there is always something that you need to heal yourself from or heal from. I mean, even if I heal from a failed relationship, right, and I'm healing from that, once I feel like like I've really released from this thing, I've really come far, and I feel like I may have actually healed from it, there is something else that you need to start a healing process for. It's always going to be that case. Mhlambe, things didn't work out at the previous workplace, and you got really hurt. Then you need to start healing from that. Then there's something else, because life is a journey. In fact, it's a whole series. Your life is a series, and there are a whole lot of episodes. And I think maybe some of us are on episode 1000, episode 200, episode 50, and you're born probably in episode 2. Either way, life is just a series of events put together that create a journey. So each event may come with something that you need to heal from, or it may not. It may be filled with absolute joy, and that's thank God for. But there are times where you need to heal from it. Like from child to child, you may need to heal from childhood traumas. You may need to heal from failed relationships, from failed business opportunities, from you disappointing yourself. Whatever it is, at some point, we all need to go through this journey, right? And in going through this journey, you have to be patient with yourself. You need to remind yourself that this is a journey, that I'm going through a journey. And yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm not going to rush my way there. Because like everything that is rushed, you're going to have to go back at some point. Because there's always something that you could have missed just because you're rushed. You've made errors, you've missed something, or you've not done something completely. You're going to go back, eh? So rather be patient with yourself and trust the process of moving through the phases, moving through, because you learn. Growth comes from making errors, but also learning from other people's errors. And growth comes from realizing your own potential. So it would do you great justice to take away from yourself by being impatient when you could be patient and grow. There is nothing more satisfying than looking back on your past and be like, yo, I've actually grown from that. And it's made me a better person. And I've grown, and I've allowed myself to go through it and heal. I, for one, I'm telling you, I've had more bad days than good in this journey so far. More bad days. But it is through those bad days I realized that I'm an amazing human being. And I realized that I'm growing. Some people at 31 are probably far more mature than I am, but so what? That's got nothing to do with me. What's got to do with me now is how I am progressing, how I am growing, how I am maturing, how I am dealing with the things that I need to deal with right now in my life. And that actually brings me to our 7th point: forgive yourself. Why is forgiveness so difficult? I find a lot of people, and this depends on the event of loss or the event of hurt or pain or whatever the event is. Some people suffer from survivor's guilt, and that causes them to feel as though, no, it should have been me that died of COVID and not so and so. It should have been me that died in the car accident and not so and so. That it should have been me is not fair on you. It's not fair for you to be telling yourself that it should have been you. Because if God said, not today, honey, who are we to deny his plans? Who are we to say that he is wrong for keeping you alive? Who are we? I know I had COVID and I survived COVID, but other people didn't. Now, it is not for me to feel bad. Yes, you obviously feel bad, sure. Other people lost their lives. Wow, this is, but it is not for you to not carry on the guilt to say, I should have been the one that died. No, it's not fair. So don't do it. Forgive yourself for walking into a relationship that clearly had too many red flags and you walked into it eyes open anyway. Or you chose to not see them. And then you got hurt. Forgive yourself for that. Because there's nothing you can do about it now that you're in the future. It happened. It's happened. What you now need to do is forgive yourself so you can, in a healthy way, move forward, right? Imagine you going into a wonderful relationship with a wonderful individual and now you're carrying all that baggage because you chose not to forgive yourself. That's extra baggage that you're adding into a new relationship that could very well be the best thing that's ever happened to you. It's baggage. So, forgiving yourself also sets you free. And I'd like to believe that we want to be free. We want to be lighter in our journeys of life. Because at the end of the day, there is nothing you can do about the past. It's happened. So forgive yourself. Once you've forgiven yourself, allow yourself to smile. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to laugh. Don't now, because you've now forgiven yourself, then feel guilty because life is happening, you are laughing, but you are saying, oh, but so and so could be here next to me, laughing next to me, but they passed away in the same car accident I was in. Look, yes, it was tragic, it happened, but if you've forgiven yourself, like in my previous point, you'll find joy again. You will definitely find joy again. And when you do find joy, you'll find yourself smiling. You'll find yourself, and you could be smiling at the memories of someone that you lost or something that you lost. You'll find a way to find the good things that you can remember of that past experience, because it's always good. It's good things about it, right? Before it turned sour. So you'll find a way. Like nowadays, I'm finding, like at random the other day, I was driving and I was like, and I was parking in reverse, and then I smiled because my dad, right, was always like, yo, happy was not even the word, like excited, like, yo, my daughter can drive. When he saw me parallel park perfectly in a spot, or reverse park. I'm telling you, or reverse, and I was like, yeah, no. And I see the smile on his face, and I remembered that. And that made me smile. I even gave a little bit of chuckle because I was just like, yo, yeah. Yeah, no, my dad told me how to drive. My mom too, but yeah. And you'll find those moments. And you'll cherish those moments, hey? Because you come from a very dark place. So when you allow yourself to smile, it also helps you to move forward. The more you smile, the more you feel comfortable moving forward and walking away from the dark place that you were. Laughter is the best medicine. Even the Bible says that. So in all of these steps, eventually you get to the point where you want to smile and you want to laugh from the gut of the insides of the gut of the spirit of the insides of the gut of the heart. And allow yourself to do that. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to smile. You deserve it. You really deserve it. Now, before I get to the last 2 points, guys, if you have not subscribed and you're still watching, please subscribe to my channel. And don't miss out on any of the new videos I'm posting. So hit the notification bell and you will always be notified. And if you have anything to add to my list in this video, please don't be afraid to comment down below what your other points that you have learned in any of your healing journeys down below for us, and let's share. Let's all heal together. Now, number 9, take care of yourself. I cannot stress this enough. Look, obviously there's going to be times, especially in the dark places, where you don't feel like getting up in the morning, you don't feel like taking a shower, you don't feel like brushing your teeth, you don't feel like washing your hair, you don't feel like clipping your nails and filing them, you don't feel like eating even or drinking water, you just don't feel like cleaning your... Listen, there's a long list of things that you don't feel like doing. And in those stages, especially in the beginning of your healing process, you know what, don't stress yourself about those things. But there comes a time where you can't allow yourself to smile anymore, especially when you've reached the point where you're smiling. There's no way that you'll be in that state of mind and not want to take a shower you get, and not want to brush your teeth and not want to clean up, because there's also something stress relieving when you clean your room, or you change the direction of your bed, or you just wash the windows and the sliding doors, where you clean the bathtub and the shower and you scrub and you clean the floor. There's something therapeutic about that. There is something that wants you to be clean, because when you feel clean, you feel fresh. And there's something that happens to your mind when you feel fresh. You feel lighter. So when I say take care of yourself, now I'm not talking about those things, because at this point you've already done that. I'm talking about taking yourself to the spa. I'm talking about taking yourself out. I'm talking about doing something other than all of that extra stuff that takes care of your mind. So whether it's reading, whether it is, hiking, something that will make you feel lively again. So take care of yourself. I remember during 2020, especially last year, a lot of people were doing self-care Sundays. A lot of people, I don't know if they're still doing it, those very same people, but I remember them doing it a lot and posting a lot about it. And it made me happy because that meant that people were taking themselves seriously enough to take care of themselves. You know, they'll take care of their skin, drinking more water, you know, buying plant. Doesn't matter what it was, that for them meant they were taking care of themselves. So in your journey of healing, it is extremely imperative that you do that. You do something that's going to make your mind feel lighter. That's going to make your shoulders feel lighter. That's going to make your body feel lighter. And going to the gym, exercising is one of those things. Me taking Coco for a walk, going to the dog park, you know, whatever that is, it is actually wise for you to do that. My next point, which is our very last point, it actually ties in with point number 9, and that is do what makes you happy. That's a very broad statement, and it covers every single thing that you can ever think of. But the main point here is that you are happy while doing it. Listen, even if it's you taking yourself shopping and spending money responsibly, do it. Even if it's you taking a weekend off from working, you're doing your own, then do it. Even if it's taking a whole week, guys, I took a whole week before last. A whole week from work. The joy in my heart by the end of that leave, guys, I felt lighter. I still feel that the effects of taking care of myself and doing what makes me happy, that combination, it's still here. I still feel it. I'm still happy. I'm still light. I'm still lively. I'm still awesome. Yo, I am grateful for that time away, time apart, because I got to do the things that I really wanted to do, things that I really love doing. And rest, another part of taking care of yourself. Rest is so important, and that combination has allowed me to feel the way I feel right now, which is absolutely awesome. So in doing everything, well, at least these 10 things that I've mentioned in this video, I'm hoping that you'll find yourself in a place where you are happier, and that you feel a lot more positive about life and what it is that you want and about yourself. Because I feel as human beings, we all deserve to be happy. We all of us, even every single one of us, we deserve to be happy, and we deserve to have peace in our lives. We also deserve to be loved. So love yourself unconditionally. Love yourself enough to want to do these 10 things that I've mentioned, and more if there is more. And get yourself to a place where you no longer feel like this is a lot of work anyway, in the dark. Okay, we've now literally reached the end of our video. And again, I just want to thank you guys all for the support on social media, especially here on YouTube. Like, it takes a lot to do these videos, and to find that people are loving it and the feedback is good feedback, that for me is amazing. So I can't thank you enough, and I'm so grateful that you are part of the family. If you're not part of the family yet, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, and also just put yourself in a position where you can get new videos all the time. All right, ladies and gents, I will see you in the next video, but until then, stay safe and be happy.